Hello and welcome to our live talk on studying a Master's in Nursing and Healthcare. My name is Sean Kelly and I'm the Marketing and Student Recruitment Officer on the St.Angelas campus here in Sligo, and I'll be your host tonight for this live talk. Tonight I'm joined by colleagues Dympna O'Connell, Postgraduate Programme Director at St.Angelas, Dr. Maura Fitzsimons, Programme Chair of Postgraduate Palliative and End-of-Life Care from ATU Mayo, and graduate from 2019, Martin McFadden, in Therapeutic Interventions for Alcohol and Other Drugs. And Martin graduated back in 2019 from ATU Donegal. So during this evening's event, we'll be chatting about some of the postgraduate opportunities offered at master's level across the different ATU campuses and the types of professionals who will be interested in advancing their careers through these qualifications. So just some housekeeping first. Before we get started, we will not be taking any questions within this talk. However, if you do want to head over to our live Q&A section of our virtual open evening platform, you can submit any questions there and our team will be happy to get back to you. So without further ado, we might get into our panel discussion, and we might go to you, Dympna, first, if that's okay. So you might tell us why nurses and healthcare professionals might choose to pursue a master's qualification and the opportunities that can present themselves then within the nursing and healthcare sector.
Well, I suppose people choose to do a master's for a variety of different reasons. What we would find on our programs, sometimes students just want to do the program to develop professionally in terms of their own practice area. And then sometimes students will have a particular ambition maybe to look for promotional opportunities within the area that they work in. And I suppose the areas really would be maybe those advanced practice roles like clinical nurse specialist roles or advanced nurse practitioner roles, or but also not limited to that, because sometimes people may be interested in just pursuing other more senior positions in management, or perhaps even more senior positions in education as well. So for a variety of different reasons, really.
Mm-hmm. And can you give us a breakdown of the master's and postgraduate opportunities available specifically through the School of Nursing, Health Sciences and Disability Studies at St.Angelas?
So here at St.Angelas, we offer a number of master's programs. We actually offer 6 master's programs in total, but I'm not going to go into all of them because we won't really have time for that tonight, but I might just focus on a few specifically. So one of the programs we offer is a postgraduate diploma in community mental health nursing. And that's for nurses really, I suppose, who want to try to work in the community. Well, registered psychiatric nurses in particular, who want to work in the community in a kind of a therapeutic recovery focused way, and this program runs over a year and qualifies nurses to become community mental health nurses at the end of that, and they have an option then to go on to do one more year. It's just an academic year, so it's a 9-month add-on where they can go on to do a master's after that. Another program, master's program that we run here as well, is a master's in applied health and wellness coaching. Now again, this program offers a little bit of flexibility because students could take it at 1 year to a cert level, 2 years to a PG Dip level, or again continue then for the 1 year masters. And the coaching, health and wellness coaching program, I suppose it's kind of focusing particularly in trying to maybe help people who are trying to manage chronic conditions, to kind of be able to make individual choices around lifestyle changes and helping people to do that, supporting them in personal goal setting and moving along with you know, health focused behavioural change, I suppose, as well, and lifestyle choice change. So that particular program, it runs, as I said, over the 3 years if you want to continue towards PG Dip or Masters. But interestingly, with this program, if you just take it for the 1 year to cert level, it does leave you eligible to become a registered a health and wellness coach with the National Board for Health and Wellness Coaching. So that 1 year does give you a very specific qualification, which is good or useful for students. We also offer programs in other areas like disability studies. So that's another program we offer. And, you know, this program is particularly looking aimed at kind of individuals who are interested in health and social care outcomes for people with disability. You know, just having that focus, I suppose, on looking at people's lives around achieving their own health and social kind of outcomes without focusing on impairment. And I suppose looking at how the social world is structured, I suppose that can lead to impairing people rather than the illness or condition that they have themselves or any impairment that they have themselves. And again, that particular course runs over 3 years with options of getting off at cert after a year, PG Dip at 2 or Masters. And then we also run another program in international healthcare management. That's more focused on people who, you know, would want to move along in the management field and looking at leadership and corporate governance and fiscal sustainability and issues like that. And I suppose preparing them to take up management posts in nursing and healthcare. And all those programs that I mentioned are besides community mental health nursing, which is nursing focus, the other 3 programs are health and other allied healthcare professional focus, as well as social care as well. So they're multidisciplinary programs.
Yeah, and it's great that while they're all master's levels, there are exit options throughout each of them as well.
Yeah.
And then for the mature or for the working professional out there, do these courses offer flexibility in the way that they're structured, and how are they delivered?
Yeah. So we try to work in that type of flexibility to cater for our market, which may be more mature nurses than you'll find maybe in more urban centres. So we have a variety of approaches. So within any of those programs, there will be a blended learning approach. So there'll be online content that the student can take in their own time or work ahead in their own time. There'll also be online classes where a student can attend classes online, and a lot of the time those classes are recorded and available for students outside of the live sessions. But all programs would also work in a mix of student attendance. And for any one module within any of those programs, attendance will be about 1 to 2, maximum 3 days in a semester.
Mm-hmm. And am I right in saying that you give your dates, your induction dates and your attendance dates well in advance?
Yeah, they get that well before they begin the program, so they can plan for the whole year actually.
Great.
On a program. Yeah.
Great. Okay, I might come to you next, Martin, if that's all right.
All right, Sean, yeah. So
can you talk to us a little bit about why you chose your Masters with ATU Donegal?
Okay, Sean, yeah, firstly, it's lovely to be on representing ATU and talking about this particular Masters. It was the first Masters in 2019. So we were kind of the guinea pigs, if you like. But it was really, really good. It was something I'd been looking out for quite a while. Initially, I had done a diploma with the University of Limerick back in 2009, which was outreach to Donegal at the time and Dublin. And it was muted and talked about at that time. You know, the hope was to eventually bring a master's program to Donegal as well. So it took about 10 years for that to happen. But I was still waiting patiently, and it was almost like it was a bit of unfinished business for me. So I was well ready, and at that stage I had kind of gone on and I had qualified as an integrative therapist. I was doing quite a lot of work around addiction and trauma and the like. So it was just a natural progression for me to follow on and to take that master's course on. So yeah, I had quite a bit of investment in it, if you like, from early on, which helped, I have to say, considerably.
Yeah, great. And how did you find the course itself then, with the balance in study and other commitments like family commitments or work?
I'm not going to lie, difficult, you know, challenging, but then that's what master's programs are all about. You know, I probably, you know, on hindsight, maybe didn't make it entirely easy for myself at the time, you know, and that's down to probably discipline and maybe possibly underestimating the actual work that was involved. Even though it is obviously an academic course, there was quite a bit of emotional investment as well, you know, because the subject matter in itself, addiction, would be very close to my heart. So it was, you know, personally and professionally challenging. But then again, you know, coming out the other end of that was so beneficial for that reason, you know.
And it would have been important that you had support yourself as a student, I suppose, dealing with not only the academic pressures, but dealing with the emotionals and the sensitivities that students might have undertaking a course like this.
Absolutely, yeah. I suppose it is one of the things that I would probably say that it is a course that you kind of probably need to have some sort of passion for, if you like, or some sort of involvement like that. And it was difficult to balance. I mean, I was working as a therapist at the time and tried to and fro and trying to get all that done. But again, as I say, these are the challenges that you have to meet, and these are the challenges you have to rise to. But yeah, I mean, I found the personal development hugely beneficial, just as much as the professional development. And I think what the course offered me, it offered me an opportunity to do a piece of research as well, which I had been interested in, and I possibly wouldn't have had that opportunity elsewhere to do that. And my particular thesis was on trauma and alcohol dependence, and there's a huge correlation between both. And, you know, that has really informed my work, Sean, in terms of clients presenting, you know, with an alcohol issue. But, you know, ultimately behind that, more often than not, there is past or ongoing trauma. So, you know, really and truly, it's been hugely beneficial from that point of view for me as a professional to be able to bring the knowledge and the learning that I took from ATU to work with clients on a daily basis.
And of course, the beauty about that master's thesis is you can choose your own path and own direction on that topic and really focus on something that you truly are passionate about. So while I'm sure it is a lot of work, at least if it's something that you're invested in, it surely makes it that bit easier.
Yeah, I mean, it is quite broad what you can decide to do, you know, and I was just checking in with Dr. Louise McBride there, who's head of nursing and healthcare, and I was just looking at this year's, you know, cohort of students and what they're doing, and they have tweaked things a little bit, as you do, I suppose, and as you move on, but it's quite similar to what I would have done 4 years ago. And you know, I suppose too, in current climate, you know, it's such an important master's to have a cohort of students coming through year after year who are, you know, up to speed in terms of theoretical, you know, models and foundations around, you know, theories of addiction, or even more importantly, theories of recovery, which is where it's at. And you know, I think we're definitely lacking in this country in that area. There's not a lot of you know, that people out there who specialize in that, and I think as time goes on, we're going to need quite a few more people that are capable and up to speed with that.
That is for sure. So in a few short words, because I'm conscious of time, in a few short words, what advice would you give to your younger self, or to anyone who is considering a master's?
Run, Sean, run.
Run towards it.
Run towards it. Embrace it. Yeah, embrace it. Enjoy it. You know, but again, as I said, I made mistakes. I didn't give myself enough time. I probably underestimated the workload. But, you know, that's where it's at. But definitely, you know, if you have a passion in that area and an interest in that area, and I think it definitely, from my own experience, it helps, then it's a joy to do. Yeah, it's an absolute joy to do. So, go for it, yeah.
What an accomplishment. Well, fair play, well done.
Thank you.
Thank you for that. Maura, we'll come to you now.
Hi.
So if you could give us your perspective of an overview of the nursing postgraduate opportunities that are available with ATU Mayo.
Well, ATU Mayo have a variety of postgraduate programs available for registered nurses, but also for the wider healthcare community as well. So first of all, we offer certificates, postgraduate diplomas and masters. So again, a very flexible mode of education here. You can come in to do a certificate in some aspect. You could decide to stay on and do a postgrad diploma, and you can decide afterwards you have an interest in a particular research area area, and you can continue on and do your master's. And it's flexible enough that you can come in and start with say a postgrad diploma, and you can move in. We offer you opportunities for you to move into the master's program then, if you wish, or if you have facility to do that. So first and foremost, we have the Applied Leadership and Management program. That's Applied Leadership Management for healthcare, or for Applied Leadership Management for social care, depending on your background. So we get people here who are interested in progressing their careers, interested in moving into management, senior management situations. We get people from private sector, public sector, social care settings and healthcare settings. And I suppose because they come from a variety of backgrounds, you have a wonderful discussion moments then within the class, because every different background has something to contribute to the subject area. So that's the Masters in Leadership and Management. Secondly, we have, again, a certificate, a postgrad diploma and a Masters in Palliative and End-of-Life Care. This is a very popular program, always oversubscribed. And this is also NNBI certified. So that gives you an extra, I suppose, quality assurance indication of the quality of the program. So persons who wish to go on the road of becoming clinical nurse specialists or advanced care or advanced nurse specialists in palliative and end-of-life care, this is part of the pathway to it, and it's very popular. Again, you can come in just for 3 months and do your cert, like tip your toes and see does it suit you. More often than not, we'll get 1 or 2 doing this, and then they decide then to flip over and do the postgrad diploma. And depending on clinical placements availability, we can accept them. And then they, as part of their first year in palliative end-of-life care, they have a module called Applied Research, which is core to all the other master's programs. Again, which makes it a really interesting module, because so many people are coming from different social and professional backgrounds. It makes, again, the conversations very, 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 very healthy and very good, and you can see issues coming from very, conversations and debates coming from very different sources. So they can go into second year then and do their masters. So you can do a master's within 2 years in all of the programs we offer here in ATU. The second one we offer is a postgraduate diploma or a master's in quality and safety in healthcare, or quality and safety in social care. Again, depending on your background, and the masters will be based on your professional background. So you gear your research to go in the pathway of your professional background. Again, a very popular program that's been running for quite a number of years. The other programs we run are masters in cardiac catheterization. That's for nurses who are working in cardiac catheterization labs, and again, who want to progress into management, senior management, leadership roles. And we also offer a certificate in e-health. That's very popular, again, with lots of people from all healthcare backgrounds. We'd have pharmacists, physiotherapists, nurses, particularly with the new e-health conversations and the new health focus on healthcare and social care within the future, especially with our Sláinte report. So that's proving very, very popular as well. And lastly, we also have a certificate in procedural sedation, and that's again for registered nurses who wish to do advanced education in procedural sedation. All of these programs run on a blended approach. So we bring all the programs in usually once every 4 weeks, give or take bank holidays, etc., etc. And when these students apply, once they're accepted on the program, they get the timetable in advance, and this gives them a great opportunity then, because we're very aware that we're providing education for postgraduate students who have lives and jobs and other commitments. So we give them the timetable very much advanced for the full year, and they come in for 1.5 days per month. A Thursday, a half day Thursday 2 to 6, and all day Friday 9 to 6. And there on those days we do workshops. We have guest speakers, discussion groups, debates, etc., and the rest then is all online. So we do online tutorials, live tutorials, debates, assignments, discussion groups, discussion blogs, depending really on where the lecture leads and what is most applicable for the individual individual module that's been discussed. I do a lot on the research, so we have what we call drop-in clinics. So we do one in the middle of the day and we do one very late at night, usually around 9 to about 11 o'clock at night. Every second week, so we accommodate shift workers, and it's a great opportunity for people who just don't get time to get on the computer in the middle of the day because of their shift work. We accommodate them late at night, and it's great for students who particularly aren't great talkers in class. You know, when they come in for the workshop, prefer to go home and kind of digest what's been said and then present to us with questions later on when we do the drop-in clinics, as we call them, and that's really proved very successful, and we've got wonderful feedback from that, so we certainly will be continuing with that initiative. The other lovely thing about the postgrad programs we run for the master's programs, the quality and safety, the palliative and end-of-life care, and the leadership and management, we pay for the bed and breakfast for the students when they come. So when they arrive, they're booked in advance into a hotel next door to us, so they can park and walk to the hotel. There's no problem there. And as all, we offer bed and breakfast, and we also provide the core textbook for each of the subjects that we're doing. So they're all delivered to the students on day one when they arrive, and we just ask them maybe 2 weeks before they come to their we call them residentials, to the residential sessions. We ask them just to indicate to us whether they're available. Now some don't. Again, these are mainly for people who just want to totally immerse themselves in the 1.5 day workshops. It's great for student networks. It's proved very, very successful. Students meet afterwards. They go for their coffee so they can talk about the subject areas. They network. And for people who are traveling long distances as well, it's great ease because all they do is book in with the admin staff here, and we have the accommodation booked, and they're all together. So there's no, I don't know where the hotel is, am I on a motorway, etc., etc. So it's proved very successful, that mode of teaching.
Yeah, that all sounds brilliant. It is.
Yeah.
I mean, the key there is flexibility.
Yeah,
Equally
totally.
to the programs on offer at St.Angelas. You're given the dates and plenty of time. You're allowing for the busy working professional or the parent enough notice to work in their masters into their lives. And I love the idea of the dynamics that you can have in the groups. And you get that through the blended learning process, where there will be the online element, but meeting a group in the class in real life, there's nothing like it.
No.
And comparing stories and comparing backgrounds and all of that, it all adds to the whole experience. So that sounds fantastic. You've covered an awful lot there, Maura. So I think we have a good idea of what's on offer with ATU Mayo. So there's a lot of information there. Hopefully our guests this evening have found it informative. I think we can wrap it up there. My sincere thanks to Dympna, to Martin, and to yourself, Maura, for being our panelists this evening. There was a lot of great information, as I said. If you'd like to watch back, we will upload a video of this live talk to our virtual Open Evening webpage, and you'll be able to watch it back at any stage. And if you're interested in doing a master's in nursing or healthcare, visit our course search section on the virtual Open Evening platform, which you can find out more about the courses and how to apply for them. And if you have any questions about this talk, do head on over to our live Q&A section, and our team will be there to answer your questions. We'll be there till 9 o'clock this evening. And alternatively, you can check out our website. On every course page, there will be a contact us information section there as well. So thank you again to my panelists. Thank you again for joining us, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your virtual Open Evening.